Hi there, I'm Tom and welcome to Newb Improves, quite possibly the most optimistically named series on YouTube. Today we are back playing Dota 2 and continuing on with our A to Z challenge with Keeper of the Light, also known as KotL, and you would be forgiven for calling him Gandalf if you could get away with that without facing a lawsuit. Which I'm sure the Dota developers are trying very hard not to do, but the references are quite startling. Now, I was thinking about KotL last night, and I kind of came to the conclusion that he sort of makes Wisp a bit irrelevant, because he shares, well, he has a couple of abilities which are similar, and I'll keep talking about this after this fight because this was quite interesting, I think. I almost didn't go in on this. I thought the Pudge was either going to back off or he was going to die, and then I thought, well, I may as well. The lower we can get the Ember's life, the better, and I'm really glad I did because it actually ended up with a fast blood for our team. And I just wish I'd acted a bit quicker so that the Pudge was a bit higher life. So we got the ward placed and we got the block there. And I'm going to block that camp. I probably shouldn't block that camp, I should block the next one farther up, because I can use the camp I blocked. I should be using it to pull the creeps on our side. But I now know for next time that I can do that. I'm essentially popping clarity pots quite quickly. I've used 2 of them already, and that's because the fast ability which I'm using to harass this Lark, it takes up about half my mana, and KotL is really good when you just spam it all the time. And I've got my second ability now, which actually gives me or an ally mana. So, let's go back to what I was saying about Wisp. And I think KotL is a better hit. He does something similar to Wisp, but he does them better, and he's a better hero anyway. And the reason is, Wisp is very much a complete support hero. He gives health, he gives mana, he gives attack speed, I think is what Overcharge does, and he relocates. And if we look at KotL's skills, he can give mana, quite a bit of mana actually, up to 300 mana when it's fully leveled. He can recall, which will teleport any friendly hero to my location. And he can't give them extra movement speed, of course, but he can get healing items such as the mechanism, which, okay, I'm going to admit that it doesn't have the 1.5 times bonus, but most of the time you don't need that. If you have a mech, then it's fine, and the 1.5 times bonus was only really for a single hero anyway, so it's not like game breaking. So I think that in those instances, KotL is kind of equivalent to Wisp, but then that's all Wisp does. He's completely support. He doesn't really function all that well. I mean, Wisp has spirits, but I found that they weren't too powerful. And Wisp can't clear lanes. If someone finds Wisp alone, he's probably dead if they get a stun off. So all of that combined, it makes Wisp very much a hero which seems like he's there only in very specific instances, such as if you can get a Legion Commander. We almost got the kill there. I don't want to go too far ahead. Yep, I aggroed the tower. That's okay, I've still got some tangos I can use. And I'm basically using Chakra Magic every time it comes off cooldown. So, I've explained why KotL is similar to Wisp, but let me tell you why he's better. As you've been seeing, I've got Illuminate, also known as the Prancing Ponies, and basically you channel it and it does damage the longer it's channeled. So gets up to 100 damage and up to 100 damage per second it's channeled. I'll get my words out eventually. And up to 5 seconds channel time, which means 500 damage. That's no small thing. It will clear a wave almost instantly when you level it up fully. In fact, it almost cleared a wave instantly just then. We are pushing the tower pretty heavily because we don't want the slug to get levels. And there's a TP incoming from the Ember Spirit, so we're going to back off. So that's one of the abilities that KotL has, which makes him a fantastic lane pusher. And then there's Mana Leak, which I didn't use it too much. I should use it because it will essentially take, looks like 5% of their mana a second. If they move. No, hang on. Yeah, oh yeah, and if they lose all of their mana, then they'll get stunned. So I should use this a lot more. I didn't really look at the skill beforehand, and to be honest, most of the time here, in this game, they was going around in a set of 5, and I had to choose a couple of abilities to use, or 1 or 2 abilities to use, because the fights were either over one way or the other just so quickly, and most of the time I chose to use Illuminate because it does a lot of damage, and it can hit a area effect, whereas Mana Leak you've got to target on one hero. So I didn't use it as effectively as I could do, and I think that's something I need to really work on next time I play him. But yeah, it drains 5% of their mana for up to 8 seconds, and it stuns for up to 3 seconds, so kind of powerful, and it's got up to 1000 cast range. And then Chakra Magic, as you've been seeing me use, is the one that restores mana. And Recall, I talked about that, it lets you summon an ally to you. But, okay, these two skills are... they're only available if you activate your ultimate. Or if you get an Aghanim Scepter, your ultimate is always activated. And I think if you get an Aghanim Scepter, then okay, I didn't know that Illuminate healed during the daytime if you got Ags. Yeah. There we go. And I believe, is it during the ultimate? Yeah, when you've got your ultimate active, Illuminate is channeled by a separate being, so I'm probably dead here. And no, I got saved by the Wind Ranger, or Talvin. Yeah, so this channels Chakra Magic using a separate spirit, which means that I can basically set it going and then walk off and do other stuff, or right click creeps or something. And the second ability you get when your ultimate is active is Blinding Light, which will cause the opponent to have a 80% chance of missing their next hit, or missing attacks for the duration, and it will knock them back. And I don't use recall at all in this game, which I should do. I don't really think there was a good time to actually use it, but I think maybe if I was looking for the opportunities a bit more, I would have seen some. You can, of course, interrupt the channel of Illuminate before it's finished, and it'll just do slightly less damage. Yeah, I didn't use recall at all, and I used Blinding Light a couple of times, and all it really did was almost knock enemies outside of the Void's chronosphere. But, like I said, the fights were over very quickly this game, and I didn't really feel very useful in the team fights, simply because they were over so quickly. And that basically meant that I could cast my Illuminate and then everyone was dead, or, well, everyone on one of the teams was dead anyway. So, mainly, my job in this game is to wander around the map, push lanes, give people mana, and place wards. And I think I do that fairly effectively.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And here we go, I'm just clearing the lane. Of course I get a fair bit of gold from clearing the lanes as well, which means I can, if I was to do it effectively, I could get a fair bit of mana, a fair bit of gold and nice items. I don't have enough mana for my ultimate at the moment. I think the next chakra I will give to the Faceless Void. Yeah, there you go. I could have given it to myself and then given the next one to Void, but I think Void is far more useful with mana than I am at the moment. So, I kind of came down to bottom lane because I think there was a push going on, and now we're just going to counter push.
Middle tower is under attack.
My damage is 62, which isn't too bad for a hero such as this. And basically, if I'm pushing a tower, I will probably most of the time stop punching the tower and start punching, or start channeling Illuminate at the creep wave, because that's, I think in that situation it's going to be more beneficial for me to clear the creep wave than it is for me to keep punching the tower, especially if there's other people pushing the tower as well, because that means that our creeps are alive longer, and it means that I'm doing really bad at actually getting the last hits on this creep wave. I should do much better than that. But yeah, if our creep wave is alive longer, it means we can stay near the tower longer and do more damage. I've got another couple of wards here, and I'm just going to place them in areas which I think they'll be useful. I could have placed it slightly farther to the left, the second ward, but I decided I wanted to definitely get vision on the rune, and I didn't know if placing it to the left would actually do that. And now I'm getting a couple more wards. See, this is where I'm kind of playing KotL as a very definite support. We've both got scared off because we didn't realise it was our Pudge coming in. We thought it was an enemy TP. But yeah, I'm playing KotL as very much a support. I think if you get the right items on him, he can become maybe not semi-carry, but maybe initiator with blinding light, or just much more useful in creep waves, I guess. I'm gonna start building a mech. I probably shouldn't do because I believe yeah, there's already a mech on Necrophos, and I didn't check that. I should get into the habit of checking my allies' items regularly. And there we go, that's a very dead Ember Spirit. I think I was trying to get a Illuminate off on the Ember Spirit, but I didn't quite manage it. There we go, we did get the Slark in the end. Okay, so I'm guessing we're just going to push middle lane now. I needed to release that Illuminate a lot earlier. A lot of the time I just completely miss it. I almost stole the kill there. I don't think that would have been very good at all if that Illuminate had gone off a few seconds earlier. I'm just doing everything I can to help at this point. Okay, so looks like Ember is thinking about coming in on this fight. And I'm going to give Wind Ranger mana as soon as possible. I don't know if I can help the Pudge here. Well, I can't, certainly. I'm going to kind of run off this way because I was kind of low on health, I was kind of low on mana, and I needed to sort of ensure I lived, and I knew that the other two had the fight in hand. So now I'm just going to get my... Nope, I'm not going to get the headdress. I thought I was sending that down, but the headdress is going to be slightly useful, but not as useful as the full mech, so I can sort of go a bit without that. And now I guess we're just going to push the lane. Oops. I misclicked there. I meant to give Talvin some chakra magic. And because I misclicked, I kept walking forwards instead. There is, by the looks of it, a Slark with a DD. We want to kind of stay away from that unless we're properly ready to fight. And now I do have my headdress. Okay, I don't know why I'm going up here. Oh yeah, I was going to pull the Ancients and stack it because I didn't think a fight was going to happen for another few seconds, so I thought that would be the best use of my time there. And then I saw an axe on the cliff, so it's like, fight's about to start, better get back. And it went well for us. We got the Ember, and none of us died, so in fact I haven't died at all. There we go, Necrophos. I should give Necrophos some mana, but I don't think I noticed how low on mana they were at the time, so I gave myself mana instead. And now I just need 900 gold for my mechanism. We just all hang around mid, and it's not bad because we're getting kills, but I think it's not exactly the best use of my time right now. I mean, I'm not contributing a huge amount to the fights, so I could be stacking camps, I could be farming our jungle. I could be placing those wards. In fact, because Illuminate gets so powerful at level 5, it is actually fairly easy for Keeper to farm jungles.
Dire's bottom tower is under
And
attack.
I need to give mana to the Pudge. There we go. I'm slightly slow on that. I should be using that every time it's off cooldown if there's a hero nearby who needs mana. In fact, I should use it on the Wind Ranger now. There's a fight going on and I don't have my ponies. And slightly too late. See, I'm not entirely useful in these fights. If we had someone with a big stun, then in fact I could do it with Blinding Light because I think that gives a slight stun on it. No, it gives a knockback but not a stun. So if we had someone with a big stun, then I could start channeling and they could stun, and then I could release the stun, release the Illuminate before the stun goes. Okay, I completely missed the axe because I channeled it way too long, but I did manage to clear the creep wave, so that's fine. And we kind of scared the axe off, which means this lane is just going to push even more. There's now an axe on our Pudge. Kind of want to check items, but there's fights going on all the time. Maybe if I'm fairly quick about it. Nope, there's a fight going on right now. And I'm possibly dead. Yeah, very dead. Okay, now that I'm dead, I'll wait for this fight to end and then I'll check items. Camera is in a bit of a bad position there. Ooh, almost got the Earthshaker. Okay, items. I actually have no idea what he's building. Bloodstone. Okay. Yeah, he's pretty much dead. Did manage to take the Earthshaker with him though. Wind Ranger is building a Maelstrom, already has a Orchid. There's an Boots of Travel and an Axe on the Pudge already. And our Void is just doing Void stuff. Don't think they realise their Midas is off cooldown. Building Maelstrom and has Mask of Madness. There we go. It looks like... Oh yeah, at this point I'm getting chased by 2 illusions and I thought I'm just going to walk them around the tower and have the tower kill them. And then the real slut came and the Pudge saved me.
Yes.
And then I got healing from my teammates and I'm back up to full strength. And now I have my mech. So yeah, I was really thankful for that. I was essentially dead. And in fact I've got 2 wards. I should just ward our jungle and buy some more wards. I've been holding on to these wards for far too long because I've been trying to be useful in team fights, and I'm not quite good enough at KotL to actually be useful in team fights right now, so I need to be doing the support stuff a lot better. And let's just quickly have a look at the other team's items. Looks like a Shadow Blade is going to be on the Slark soon. Our Necros is dead. Maybe. Yes, but we're going to clean up. Okay, so 2 for 1, that's not too bad. The Slark and the Axe for the Necropose.
Radiant's top tower
Ooh,
is under attack.
the hook was slightly too early there. Axe is looking at Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage is going for a sort of late Battle Fury, by the looks of it. Earthshaker has very little, and Earth Spirit is also going for a Battle Fury, late Battle Fury. Not Earth Spirit, Ember Spirit. Ah yeah, I remember that fight. I probably should have showed it off a bit better. But let's go back slightly. About there, yeah. I wanted to show off this fight because it was kind of funny to me at the time. Oh, and I have more wards in my stash, so I can buy those soon. I will check out the axe next time. So I see the Ember Spirit there because he just killed the creep wave, and so I decided I'm going to harass him a bit with the ponies because I knew he'd just keep carrying on and pushing the wave. And so I did that and took away a small amount of his life. And then he must have thought that he wasn't in any danger before the Pudge hooked him and essentially wrecked him. So yeah, I found that funny, but maybe not quite so funny as it actually, maybe I thought it was funnier than it actually was. Let's check out the axe quickly. Blade Mail, Blink, Tranquil, standard axe stuff, and going for a BKB, I believe. Yes. There's a fight going on in mid, and I missed it because I was trying to push top. But I think pushing top is a much better thing for me to do than fighting mid. And despite that, I still decide to go to mid. I guess there's a push going on mid, so I can be a bit more useful here. And again, I'm just going to clear the creep wave. And the Earthshaker's Fisher did barely any damage to me, and there wasn't anyone to back him up, so I'm just going to go place some wards. One there, and they got the tower, one up there, and looks like we're going to try and fight here.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Bottom tower is taken by creeps. I believe it may have been a hero down there. And we couldn't get the Slark, so
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I don't know what that was. I think. Oh, it may have been our Pudge going out. Either way, we're just going to punch this tower. There is the Earth Spirit at bottom, and I'll teleport down there in a minute and scare him off. I tried to channel that just to keep people away. I didn't really do a whole lot, but yeah, our top tower should be protected soon. I don't know why the Earthshaker keeps fishing me. It does very, very little. I haven't actually activated my ultimate yet, I don't think. This is kind of one of the reasons I didn't use the blinding light and the relocate in the early game is because it's not relocate, it's recall. Yeah, one of the reasons I didn't use it in the early game is because I've got to activate my ultimate to actually use it, and that means that it's an extra thing to press when I'm about to go into a team fight, and I just didn't remember to press the button. I start to use it slightly more when I get the Aghanim Scepter, because it's, when it's always on, you always have access to them, so you don't need to go through the extra step of activating a temporary ability. There is a fight about to go on mid. I'm not going to walk up to mid because by the time I get there the fight's going to be over. And my time is much better spent farming and pushing the lane out. Our other two lanes are really pushed, so having this lane pushed is just going to help us. That is a 28-minute Battle Fury on the Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit. I'm going to go and get part of my Aghanim Scepter, the point booster. And I'm going to try and help out in this fight. I'm slightly farther back than I should be. May or may not have actually done anything in that fight. But I'm hanging around, I'm giving people mana, and I'm pushing a wave, so I'm doing exactly what I need to be doing. Where am I up to now? I'm just kind of wandering around. I should be not doing that. I'm going to place a ward here because we're kind of getting a bit aggressive into the territory, or we have been for a while, so I'm going to place wards over this side as well. And that should give us plenty of vision of anyone who's going to the secret shop, or if they're trying to move into the river to do Roshal and so on. The Pudge got a kill there. It looks like they was waiting till the last second to cancel the TP, but actually his hook was on cooldown. And so it's literally a last-ditch attempt. It literally came off cooldown just before the TP completed. So I'm not channeling the ponies here because there wasn't a big creep wave, and now there is. Got to be a bit careful. Looks like Ember Spirit is dewarding me. Yeah, he placed a ward up there. That's fine, you can deward me. In fact, I think he got both of my wards. Either that or they ran out. Let's just pause it slightly. And go into freak out. And then I think the ward was nope, a bit more maybe. Oh right, they can't see my wards of course. There we go. Oh, so maybe the ward's still up. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, let's go forward a bit more. Yeah, that's about right. Let's go back into there. Sorry, that was a huge waste of time. Yep, he's dewarding that up there. He placed a sentry ward which cost him gold to do that, and he didn't get my other ward, so he still had vision in the jungle. And at any time I can just buy more wards. Well, not at any time, just when they restock. And I'm going to stop pushing the lane because I saw him up there, and start heading back to mid. I've only lost one tower so far, but we are doing rather well as far as kills are concerned. There we go, more wards. The wards in my jungle and outside the Roche pit have run out, so maybe it's good if I place one of them there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And they are all coming mid to defend, so we're going to push top. I was really slow at reacting on that fight. Yeah, I did finally use Blinding Light there. But look at that, these heroes are all dying really quickly. There's very little I can be doing here, except get hit by the tower.
bottom tower has fallen.
And I'm halfway to getting the rest of my items from my ags.
Are under attack.
I don't have room to put them at the moment, so I won't buy them just yet. And I don't think they'll give me a huge advantage.
Dire's bottom
I'm
barracks
literally
has
just
fallen.
hanging around here. Got no idea why I'm doing that, but I must have had a reason in the game. So, yeah. We're just basically going to finish off killing them and start attacking the ancient, I guess. I'm going to try and get some ponies in there. He died slightly before my ponies went in, so...
Radiant's courier has been killed. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
he somehow... Oh no, it's our courier that died. That's a shame. Yeah, we're just kind of messing around here.
Radiant's middle
I don't
tower is
really
under attack.
like to focus entirely on the fountain. I'd much prefer just to end the game. But sometimes,
Middle tower
like,
has
there's
fallen.
no way I can do damage on the structures myself, so I'm just doing whatever the rest of the team's doing. And
Dire's middle tower is under
I'm
attack.
going to push middle, I think. Yeah. And get a load of gold from that. I'm a bit stronger now, so it's easier to get the last hits. And I just need 5k gold. I didn't charge that fully because there was our Faceless Void there, and if I had charged it fully, it would have gone onto an empty creep
Dire's
wave.
middle tower has fallen.
This is on a really low cooldown at the moment though, it's like 7 seconds. So I can pretty much just spam it as much as I want, and my mana is high enough that I can do that as well, especially with chakra magic. I have my eggs now, I'm going to walk back to get it, because I could have walked towards their fountain, not exactly the best idea right now, but if we're all in their base I could have walked towards their fountain and got it there, but I wasn't feeling confident about doing that. So since our courier's dead, I'm just going to walk back, get a TP scroll, probably go to top lane I guess. Yeah. Simply because top lane has 2 towers, or it's got the tier 1 tower still up. And I think I was going to push top lane, but yeah, I'm pretty sure we thought there was going to Roche, so I wanted to get back here. And there is a fight going on. It's going fairly badly for us. I should use... Yeah, that's the second time I used Blinding Light. I thought it was going to help because those all kind of spread out, but our Faceless Void cast Chrono at about the same time as I cast it, so it almost put the I think that was the axe out of range. Got a few more wards down now. And yeah, I wanted vision on their jungle. I don't know if that'll block the camp. I wasn't intending to block the camp, I just wanted vision there. But if it blocks the camp, then I guess it's a bonus to us, unless we want to farm their jungle.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I-
Radiant structures are fortified.
I'm really lucky that he teleported away there because I was in a really bad position. Okay, I used the ponies there simply to get the last hit on the what is it, the siege creep. Because the siege creep was the only one I couldn't aggro, basically, so I wanted to kill that with the ponies, and then I could just kind of right click all the rest of the creeps, and then I could deny the tower. I have my Aghanim Scepter, and it took me a little while to realise that I can actually walk away from my Illuminate now. That was just something which, because I've been playing for 35 minutes, standing in one place. There we go, I've learnt it now. Missed pretty much all of those creeps, but I got the ranged ones. I'm kind of in a dangerous position here. Luckily we are so far ahead on kills. But that's just ridiculous, that number of kills we've got. I've got no idea how that happened. I think we pressured the Slark well, and I think the other lanes were probably pressured really well. I'm missing so many of these hits. I need to go up onto the high ground and do this. I didn't realise I was doing that while I was playing the game. But yeah, that's 2 sets of barracks. One more and we'll get mega creeps. And their tier 4 tower's almost gone. I should just be punching them. Oh look, I kind of stole that kill. 1 kill in the entire match and it was stolen from a void. Looks like our team is all buying back. See, if I... there we go, that's the end of the game. If I'd realised that Illuminate will heal allies, then I could have healed the Wind Ranger just then. But that is Keeper of the Light. I'm sure there's much better ways to play him, but that's how I played him. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, don't feed the trolls.